All right, so they're very, very important to remember that this information will never go away for decades, no matter how many times it is censored. So censorship is an admission of guilt. If the truth were not dangerous to those in power, they wouldn't try to silence it. Every attempt to take it down, every attempt to take down a video only proves its importance. Right, so the Streisand effect. The more they try to erase this information, the more attention it will attract. Attempts to suppress the truth only make people more curious and determined to seek it out. Backup and redundancy. Every video, every document, and every key piece of information will be archived across multiple platforms and private servers and offline storage to ensure it can never be permanently erased. And don't get me wrong. I mean, you can try to claim something on YouTube here, but it's just going to pop back up on another channel and on different kinds of platform and everything. Right? This one, if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on any kind of thing, right? This video is up and it will always be up, and I will make sure it's up. And so any type of censorship is useless, right? There's no need to the only thing you can do is just say, well, I'm a mental illness or whatever. You can try that. I mean, I'm sure that might work for some people, and it certainly will for some people. Oh, this guy's crazy. Of course, Dr. Michel is a pillar of our community, and the birth controls don't actually kill the babies; they just prevent the implantation there, which is not a baby in the first place because the baby is only a baby at whatever they want to say. So no, of course, the baby's only a baby at day zero, minute zero, hour, whatever, second, microsecond zero when the sperm meets the egg. That's when the baby is a baby boy or baby girl. That pregnancy is viable. How many times do I have to say this? A pregnancy is viable. There's no justification for the killing of that child. There is none. Dr. Dow is guilty, especially of not just medical, ethics violation and all this stuff. Not just civil infractions, but certainly criminally responsible for the death of that baby boy or baby girl. It's a healthy baby. I mean, why are you going to kill this baby? I mean, it doesn't make any kind of sense. You want a big brick mansion and all this stuff? Well, yeah, very nice. Yeah, you're making a huge mess here. Yeah, an extraordinarily mess, an extraordinary mess, and it's going to cost an extraordinary amount of money to even begin to clean up your mess that you made. So yes, these videos are going to stay up. Yes. So the again, if you're not aware, I mean the birth control pills do not actually prevent the suppress ovulation or whatever. The ovulation will continue. The baby boy or baby girl will be conceived, and it's a viable pregnancy. The baby boy is healthy. The baby girl is healthy, and for no medical reason and for no reason at all, and that there's not any type of death penalty case that the baby is guilty of. So I mean, why would you, why would he or she be subjected to a state sanctioned the penalty of death? I cannot for a minute explain to you how important it is to not underestimate the seriousness of this crime. It's a crime. It's a crime, and she deserves to be in the prison for the rest of the period of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, without the eligibility for parole for at least 25 years. That means you have to do an entire 25-year period before you're eligible for parole. And I'm talking directly to Dr. Dow. You belong in the federal penitentiary. That's where you belong for a period of life, and even upon extraordinarily, it's a change in circumstances, and I'm doing advocacy, and I'm talking and educating. That does not mean that you're automatically granted parole. It does not. Life imprisonment means life. It means a life sentence. Even if you go to parole and you apply and you apply and you apply and you get denied and denied and denied, that means that you will die in the prison. That's where you belong. For some reason, if parole is granted after 25 years, you have to do the 25-year period before you're even eligible to apply for the parole. Even if you're found that parole would be granted and you slip up, you go right back to the prison where you belong for a parole violation, right? Anyway, that's not so important, but it is true. So decentralized distribution, right? This is very, very important. So the truth will be shared across alternative platforms, peer-to-peer networks, and direct downloads, making it impossible for a single entity to remove it completely. So what we're going to do, we're just preparing the YouTube channel right now, and we'll see what kind of attacks on the information there will be. So no doubt when I do not believe that Dr. Dan has actually seen these videos. So when she sees it and she's going to try to take it down, we'll see. But if she even attempts to somehow suppress this information, it's going to blow up, and there's going to be it's weeks and weeks and weeks of work just to upload all the videos again on different types of networks. You're never going to, and I'm talking directly to Dr. Dow, you are never going to suppress this information because you are guilty of murder. You are a murderess and you belong in the federal penitentiary for at least 25 years. For a period of life without the possibility of parole for 25 years. You belong in the federal penitentiary. Your license revocation and all this stuff. You are a very, very dangerous woman, and you are just, downright evil. Downright evil. How can you kill these babies? I mean, how could you even do that? How can you kill a baby? How can you snuff out, a healthy baby boy's life? Kill a baby girl, right? How could you do that? How can you kill the next generation of Acadians? How can you say that you are an advocate for women's rights when all you're doing is just confusing them and lying to them and scamming them for their money? I mean, how could you what kind of nonsense is this? So persistent re-uploads. Every time a video is taken down, it will be uploaded again. If one account is banned, then a new one will take its place. This is a long game. Persistence is key. I'm not an expert on computers, but I certainly have found myself to be quite knowledgeable, and I promise that let's say, for example, that something happens to me, then this information will for sure blow up, for sure. And there are some people that will, it'll be a type of dead man switch, or if you're not aware of the dead man switch, that if I don't log into these accounts or whatever, this information will just blow up, and it will just blow up. So a dead man switch means that, let's say, for example, I don't, so for example, she likes to kill people. Let's say, for example, she kills me, and I cannot upload these videos here. It will be for sure that, this information will blow up. So that's very, very important. Um, so community involvement. Others will be encouraged to download and share the content themselves, multiplying its reach beyond any single source's control. Legal action against suppression. So if platforms engage in unjust censorship, they will be called out legally and publicly. Every instance of suppression is just another battle to expose their bias. Historical record for future generations. Even if the opposition is too powerful today. And here we are currently 2025. So let's hope that you can hear my voice, even 100 years from now, right? So that would be great if you can hear my voice 100 or more years into the future, and know what kind of nonsense we were fighting. So the information will remain for future generations to uncover and learn from. The fight for truth does not end in a single moment. It lasts as long as it takes. Unstoppable narrative shift. When the truth is undeniable and persistent, it becomes part of the conversation that cannot be ignored. No matter how much effort is spent trying to silence it, the truth will keep resurfacing. So, a warning to censors. So, those who try to suppress this information should know that they are fighting a losing battle. The harder they push, the stronger their resistance will become. So, the truth will outlast every algorithm, every ban, every attempt to erase it. This information is here to stay forever. All right, so you cannot remove this information at all. You can try, and the more that you try, it's just an admission of the guilt. Right? If you and there's no need for admission of the guilt. I mean, she's exceedingly culpable. This crime is egregious. It's a wacky perversion of medicine. It's not medicine at all. It's just a sales lady for a pharmaceutical. She's a pharmaceutical rep. That's all she is, with a license, right? That's just like giving a monkey, a machine gun. That's all it is. It's literally. I mean, I would never, downplay monkeys. I mean that much. I mean that's an insult to monkeys, and I do, apologize to the entire population of monkeys. I mean, I would never put, a monkey so low. I'm throwing a monkey under the bus for even saying that, and I do apologize to the monkeys. That's just not right of me, and I do apologize for the monkeys. Yeah. So that's certainly not what I want to do. I don't want to throw any monkeys under the bus. All right? The analogy of what I'm saying is the analogy of a monkey with a machine gun is just too generous. It's just too generous of a characterization, a caricature of Dr. Michel Dell. Right? What I'm saying is that this dangerous woman with a license, with a medical license, is far more dangerous than a monkey with a machine gun. But me comparing that is just an insult to the monkey. That's what I'm trying to say. It is in a slightly humorous way, or it's kind of like a pun or whatever. But certainly I would never put the monkeys under the bus that much. I mean, the monkeys are far more respectable than Dr. Michel Dell. But I think you were able to infer that the first time that I say, but I don't want to leave any stones unturned. I really want to make you understand what I'm saying here. Um, anyway, as for the censorship, you can try, see what you can do. I'm inviting any type of censorship because it's gonna blow up.